Hi, everyone. Welcome back to That's Debatable. Festival season is upon us, and as somebody who has gone to multiple festivals, this is everything you need to know before you step foot on one of the most notorious festivals we currently have, Coachella. So let's get into it. So when I was younger, I think everybody kind of knew this when Vanessa Hudgens, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner did like their boho Coachella moment. Like Coachella was everything. And it was something that I always wanted to go to. It was on my bucket list ever since I was a little kid. I was like, I want to go to Coachella. I want to go to the desert. I saw all like the beautiful highlights of it and everybody having so much fun in the pictures and everything. But what I didn't hear the first time I went was everything you needed to know before you get on the grounds. And it's not only just like make sure you have a good outfit on. There were certain things that come doing it round two, I was like, you need to know this. So the first year I went to Coachella was when I was living in a content house. And I actually recently told this story, a little bit of this story on my TikTok, but I was living in a content house and we got an offer to go to Coachella, but the whole house couldn't go. It was only specific people that were chosen to go to this. And this is the first year I did Coachella. The first year I did Coachella, I went all out, girl. You don't even understand. And I was chosen to go as well as one of my other roommates. And we went, and a brand was obviously sponsoring our VIP tickets. They weren't sponsoring our entire trip, but they were sponsoring our transportation because Coachella isn't in Los Angeles. It's in Coachella Valley, which is, I forget where it is, but it's about like, if you drive there, it's going to take forever. But on a private jet, it's a 20-minute drive, a 20-minute ride. So first year I went to Coachella, I was able to go on a private jet, which was the first time I went on a private jet ever. And this is going to be part of my first point. If you're going to Coachella, and obviously if it's your first year going, you're so excited, just like I was. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to have so much fun. This is going to be amazing. I got on the private jet and there were champagne bottles everywhere, everywhere. And everyone's like, let's go. We're going to Coachella. Like, this is amazing. We all have our bandanas. We have cowboy boots. We have our shorts. We're living our best life. My first point is do not pregame aggressively. Honestly, pregame a little bit, maybe a drink or two. Don't do it like you're about to go to the club, because once you get to the club, you get there around like 9:30, 10, you leave at 2, you pregame from like 7 to 9. You're good. That's a good amount of time. Coachella is the entire day. And not only is it the entire day, you're in the desert. There is sand, dust, there's everything out there. It is so many people, it's not even funny. There's just something happening all the time. And the mistake that I made the first year was I pre-gamed not aggressively. Girl, I pre-gamed to the floor, to the wall. I was balls to the wall out here living my best life, drinking champagne at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh my God, I'm on a private jet. What is my life? I'm on a private jet going to Coachella. Like, holy crap. Girl, you could take me out of Jersey. You can't take the Jersey out of me. I was out there boosting and booming, drinking champagne, doing whatever. We get to the hotel room and I tell my roommate, let's change, let's go. Like, I want to see the grounds. I want to know, I want to see what Coachella is all about. I hear so much about this all the time. I cannot wait. And the first night, this was 2 years ago when Harry Styles was headlining the first night. Daniel Caesar was also playing. I forget who else, but that was Harry Styles night. And I've never seen Harry Styles. And I was a stylizer, okay? I was a One Direction girl, and my bias was Harry Styles. And this was going to be the first time I see him live. And for me at that moment, it was a full circle thing to be like, one, not only am I at Coachella, I'm at Coachella and I'm going to watch Harry Styles. I'm going to watch Doja Cat. I forget who else was also headlining that year. Doja, Harry, and somebody. But I think the last person I wasn't really too interested in. But whatever, that's beside the point. We're getting there, and something about, well, I guess all of Los Angeles, I can't speak for all of California because I don't know, is traffic is insane. And I was like, okay, traffic is, if it says it's 15 minutes away, it's probably going to take you closer to 30 minutes to get there. In Coachella, if it says it's 15 minutes away, it's going to take you 45 minutes to an hour to get there. So we call our Uber. We're heading to the grounds. And at this point, I'm like sobering up because I've been drinking since 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's around like maybe 1 or 2. I don't even know, honest. Actually, I completely lied to you. I was drinking from 7 o'clock in the morning to like 4 p.m. And we get to the Uber and we're on our way to the grounds. It's our very first day. And just this wave of nausea just hits me. And I think it's because, one, I just got way too excited, and I'm like a baby. When a baby gets too excited, they just throw up on themselves. That's literally me. I just can't exert too much energy, because I promise you the energy will come out in a form of throw up. So I'm sitting with my friend and I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good. I'm feeling dizzy. I'm drinking water. I was making sure to drink a lot of water, because that's one thing that they do tell you about Coachella is stay hydrated. And they're not kidding when they tell you to stay hydrated, because stuff like this will happen. And she's like, it's fine. Like, you're just feeling excited. That's what it is. I feel the same way. I'm just excited. And I was like, nah, I don't think I'm feeling excited right now. I think I'm feeling a little queasy. And instantly when I say that, I'm so sorry to this Uber driver. And he was the sweetest, kindest person ever. I was like, you need to stop the car. And he was like, what? I was like, you need to stop. He's like, I can't stop the car. They're telling me to go. So I was like, pull the window down. I popped my head out the window. I just started throwing up. The guy ends up finally he pulls over. He has like towels and stuff. And he's like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Like, it's okay. I didn't get it in his car, on his car. So that's good. And I was like, no, I don't know. I think maybe it's just like I was drinking way too much champagne in the morning. You should never drink champagne at 7 o'clock in the morning unless it's with like a waft of orange juice. At that point, it's a mimosa. Then it's a morning cocktail. But I was like, it's okay. I threw up and I was like, you know what? I feel so much better. I'm great. This is amazing. And I was like, let's just go to the festival grounds. Let me just breathe a little bit. Let me just drink some water. I'll be fine by the time we get to the actual festival grounds. Another thing they don't tell you about Coachella is the amount of walking that you're going to do is very comparable to the amount of walking that you're going to do if you go to Disney World. If not, add a couple miles on that. When I went to Disney, I walked like 15 to 18 miles. When I went to Coachella, I walked like 20 to 25 miles a day. Like, it is insane to get to the actual festival grounds. And now keep in mind, I do want to say, like, we had VIP tickets. So we had like an easier way of getting in, but it still wasn't like you just walk up and you're there. Like, it's not that at all. You have to walk into like, it's a whole entire hike getting to these grounds. I get to the grounds and I start to hear the music, and the music's like boom, 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 boom. Obviously it's a music festival. And this is just a personal thing that I had to take into account for the year after that I was going to go back. It was the lights. And if you guys don't know about me and my light situation, or we posted a episode about that, about the time that I figured out that I was sensitive to light. And what happens is basically it's like a mix of things. If I'm dehydrated or if I'm just exerting too much energy and there's too many lights blaring, I will pass out and have a seizure. Like, that's just kind of how that goes for me. And when we get to the festival grounds, obviously there's lights everywhere. And I look at my roommate and I'm like, I have to go sit in somewhere dark right now. And she's like, why? And I was like closing my eyes because I was like, I'm not feeling queasy. I'm not feeling like I have to throw up. I feel like I have to pass out. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out on the ground and have a seizure right now. And she's like, oh my God. And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe this is how I'm starting my first Coachella season. Like, this is insane. And I go to where they have the food area. And the food area, there's not that much light. And that's also within the VIP section, which you think that if it's VIP, the lines are going to be shorter. There's not going to be too much of a hassle. No, that's not how it is at all. It's essentially just like general admission glorified. There's really not much of a difference, honestly. You don't get to see the stage better. I guess you get to see it a little bit better, but not that much. So I'm sitting on the grass in this dark like field where everybody is eating, and I can just hear people talking. I can feel the lights from over there. I'm trying to close my eyes and I cradle myself into a ball. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to pass out and I'm going to have a seizure in the middle of these grounds and they're going to kick me out. And my friend is like, we should go to one of the medic tents. Now, one thing Coachella does have is they have multitude of medic tents everywhere. Like, you cannot walk 5 to 10 minutes without passing a medic tent. And this is why. I walked in and they were like, what's wrong? And I was like, I tell them I'm sensitive to light. I feel really queasy. I'm not feeling too great. I just need to lie down. And then I got like the cold sweats. And that's when I knew it was coming. Because anytime that I've ever had, like, I've passed out and had a seizure, I always get cold sweats beforehand. And I was like, I think that I just need to lie down. I'm really cold. And the person's like, we're in the middle of the desert, babe. There's no way you're that cold. And I was like, no, I'm freezing, babe. I'm freezing. And being in the medic tent kind of helped because I get to see things that I should not do moving forward. And I laid down in the tent. We missed Daniel Caesar because I literally just couldn't get up. And they were feeding me pizza. They were trying to give me like electrolytes. They were trying to just like, I was like, give me a banana bag, please. Give me something. I need like hydration in my body. And I ended up taking like maybe like a 15 to 20 minute nap, which is I think what I just needed. I think my body needed to kind of just stabilize. And they were like, we think that you should go back to your hotel. Like, we think that today should be done for you because we don't want this to happen when you're out there watching a show in a sea of people. Like, that could potentially be really dangerous. And I was like, baby, Harry Styles is on in 20 minutes. You think I'm going to leave right before Harry Styles comes on and gives me a big ass kiss? You got me up. Nope, not doing it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to my hotel. And they're like, no, you need to go to your hotel. And I was like, of course I'm going to go to my hotel. Like, what? It's totally fine. So I went to go see Harry Styles. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. He revived me. I felt like this is everything and then some. But first tip, do not pregame aggressively. It is a long day. You are on your feet all day. Lines are absolutely insane, even in VIP for the bar. Also, everything is extremely expensive. I feel like that's kind of goes without saying that everything's going to be extremely expensive. Like, I think a cocktail, I was getting like double shot vodka with soda. That was like an $18 drink. And that was kind of, it's insane. So, and you can't bring anything into the actual ground. So don't even try to do that because they will immediately like take your wristband and be like, you're not coming back in. Do not pregame aggressively. Although it ended up working out for me and I got to see Harry Styles, it was amazing. This brings me to my next point. All of the major headliners, a lot of the big artists that you're gonna want to see, depending on what you listen to, are gonna be later on at night. Like, for example, last year when Bad Bunny, who else was on there? It was supposed to be 2 years ago. It was supposed to be Kanye. That's why I was so excited, because I was gonna see Kanye West. I've never seen Kanye West in concert, but it was supposed to be Kanye, and I think Doja took his spot. Oh, The Weeknd. I'm so sorry. The Weeknd took his spot. Also a great performer. But all of your favorite artists are going to go last. Last year's headliners were Bad Bunny, Frank Ocean, and Blackpink. They all go last. Like, Labyrinth came out and he brought out Zendaya, but that's all at night. That happens all at night. And a big part of Coachella too is like they bring out other artists. Other artists are always there to kind of like support each other. That always happens at night. One thing I do want to say is you need to make sure your phone is charged. I think that goes without saying, but especially if you're going to be there at night, it's just your cell service is going to be garbage. You're going to try to be texting your friends the entire day. It's not going to work out for you. It's not going to be great. You want to make sure that your phone is charged because our phones died one day and we were literally stranded in the desert. And this was the first day. Again, this was the first day that I've ever been to Coachella, so I didn't know this. I'm watching Harry Styles, and I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to watch the entire set. I want to watch the entire set. Like, who cares? One thing I will say, if you do want to watch the headliners and you don't have a form of transportation, like you took your car there, or if you're taking a shuttle, then this kind of sucks too. I learned you have to leave a little earlier. You can't wait for the entire set to be finished, because if you do, you are going to get stuck in the mayhem of everybody trying to leave Coachella Valley. And that night for Harry Styles, I was like, no, I'm going to watch the entire set. I don't care. Like, I'm so excited. I didn't realize it was going to be this crazy to get out. And the set finished, and obviously it's a sea of people leaving the festival grounds. And we're waiting. Again, we do like our 2-mile hike out to where the main road is. And we're waiting there, and we're trying to call an Uber. And this is another thing that I think everybody should do, schedule your rides. So if you want to get picked up at, say, 10 o'clock at night, schedule it earlier in the day, because Uber has that feature where you could be like, I need a car at 10 o'clock. I need them to be right here at 10 o'clock p.m. I'll be there. That will save you so much time, because again, the traffic is absolutely insane. And I feel so bad for the people that live in the actual, like in actual Coachella Valley, because people do live there, because there's no way in or out of this mayhem. And to try to call an Uber is going to take maybe 45 minutes to an hour to get to you. And if you're lucky and you're able to get that Uber to be 5 minutes away, good luck trying to find it, because it is just cars on top of cars, shuttles leaving. Obviously, the artists are starting to pack up. So everybody, it's mayhem. It's mayhem. And the first day, we waited for the whole entire hairstyle set to be finished. And when we left, we were like, okay, well, I only have 5%, because I was obviously filming my mans. And my friends, my roommate, didn't have any service, because again, you're in the middle of the desert, so you don't really have great service. So we can't get a car out here. We're waiting maybe 20 minutes, and we're like, okay, whatever. Finally, I get an Uber. Uber says it's 18 minutes away. I said, okay, we can wait 18 minutes. It's totally fine. We've already waited 20. 45 minutes pass. Uber says it's 15 minutes away. Oh my God. Holy crap. We're going to get stuck here. It's 11:30 at night now. At this point, we've been waiting for an hour and a half. We're trying to call Ubers. That Uber cancels after 30 minutes, because I'm texting them like, hey, are you coming? They're like, main roads are closed. They're not letting anybody in or out. They're only letting one car in at a time. That's how it's working. So he cancels. He's like, I'm not doing this. Okay, try to call another Uber. No success, no luck. We're sitting on a curb. And this is crazy. We're sitting on a curb, and a security guard comes over. And it's like just like a whole bunch of girls sitting on a curb, and then like a girl's boyfriend and another guy. And this man was on such a power trip that I don't understand what his issue was, because he was like, everybody get off the curb. Get off the curb. Now, mind you, that road of the curb that we were sitting on, it was closed. It wasn't like cars were coming in and out. I would understand if cars were driving past and they're like, we don't want anybody, just in case of a car, just, you never know. But there was no cars coming, because they closed the road down. So the girls all look at him, and we're like, dude, shut up. Like, we're not getting up. Are you kidding? We've been walking for the past 12 hours. We just want to sit down for a second. And honestly, I was getting so frustrated for a multitude of reasons, but I'm trying to like get past that wave of just annoyance of having her sit there doing absolutely nothing. Obviously, for a multitude of reasons, I was just upset. And we can't get this car. The security guard is like coming over me like, get off the curb. The girls look at him. We're all like, dude, shut up. And nobody moves. So then he starts coming over and starts kicking dust at us. And he said, I told you bitches to get the fuck up. Are you guys stupid? Can you not hear me? Full power trip. I hate, if there's one big pet peeve that I hate when like I'm not doing anything wrong. Like if I'm just sitting down in a place and there's no explanation as to why I can't sit here other than the fact that you just don't want me to, especially when it's like a mall cop, a security guard, a parking security. And now I'm not disrespecting their jobs. I'm not saying that their jobs are less than anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying calm the fuck down. All right. There's a way to speak to people and there's a way not to speak to people. And just because you have a little orange vest on, my love, does not mean that you can come up to me and start throwing dust on me and calling me a stupid bitch. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't think anybody should be calling anybody a stupid bitch. I don't care if it's your doctor. I don't care if it's your police. Nobody should be looking at you and calling you a stupid bitch. Nobody. So I sit there and I'm like, now I'm really not going to get up. Because if he were to come over and be like, hey guys, you guys can't sit here just in case of cars like come over. We're trying to open up the road, but we can't have you sitting here. Oh, no problem. I'm going to get up. You're not going to call me a stupid bitch and I'm going to listen to you like I am a stupid bitch. No, you're not going to play me out like that. So I'm sitting there and all the girls are like, dude, shut up. And he's not telling the guys to get up. That's what's blowing ours, is that he's not telling the guys to get up. So he goes to this girl and he's like, are you f***ing slow? Verbatim. And I'm not even trying to curse that much. It's just verbatim what he's saying. He's like, are you f***ing slow, you ugly b****? I told you to get up. That's when her boyfriend walks in. And he's like, yo, dude, who are you talking to? Like, that's my girl. Like, relax. You're not going to talk to her. That's when he calmed it down, though. That's when he was like, oh no, I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry, bruh. Like, that's not even what I meant to do. Like, my bad. Like, no, no, no. I was just trying to let your lady know that, like, I want her to be safe. So now you're being nice? Cool, great. And he's like, so the girl gets up and I'm still sitting down. Then he comes over with the same energy. I told you to get up, get up, you ugly bitch, you ugly fat bitches. Why are you body shaming me now? I was like, now we're getting body shamed. First of all, the girls that are sitting on this curb, we come in all different shapes and sizes. I was like, so we're all just, you're calling all of us fatties on this curb? Like, what? I was like, what? And I look at him and I was like, yo, dude, shut the fuck up. Because at this point, I am so angry. I just passed out in the field of Coachella. I was in the medic tent literally 2 hours ago. I was on a high seeing Harry Styles. My roommate's phone doesn't work for jack shit. My phone is at 5% because I've been trying to call an Uber for the past 2 hours. And now I have you wearing an orange, ugly ass vest that makes you feel all of a sudden like you are on top of the world. I'm so sorry. If your clothing article makes you feel that important, babe, you need to reevaluate your life. And then I have this man calling me an ugly fat bitch to get off of a curb. Keep in mind, this man was a little bigger too. So I was like, who are you to... You're also a grown-ass man. Like, relax. You're yelling to a whole bunch of girls in short shorts and bandanas and cowboy boots. Like, be so for real. And he's like, what did you say to me? And I was like, I said to shut the up. And police was right there too. So I'm like, if this man wants to put his hands on me, quite frankly, I really didn't even care if that man wanted to put his hands on me. Because at that point, then they would have to get me out of there sooner. And at least I have transportation out of Coachella Valley. And I was like, I told you to shut the up. I was like, you're being mad annoying. Like, we're literally just trying to get cars. We don't want to be here. We want to figure out how to get here. That's what we're trying to do. Like, you're not helping in any way, shape, or form. And he's like, who are you talking to? You don't talk. When I tell you to get up, you get up. And I'm literally staring at him. And I'm like, I was like, relax. I was like, just relax. I was like, calm down. Calm down. I was like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And at this point, he comes up to my other friend. And my roommate is like, dude, like, relax, like, stop, like, no, like, oh my God, like, this man thinks he's a this man thinks he's a all the girls are laughing at him because we're all just like ridiculing him because it's like, dude, you're doing the most. He comes over and he pushes my friend, like, literally pushes her, like, she has stuff in her hands and it just drops. And I was like, you're on the job, like, you're literally working here. What are you crazy? What are you doing putting your hands on somebody? This is when the police comes over. He's like, what's happening? And I was like, this, and I have a video of this too. And I posted this on my TikTok years ago of when he pushed her. And I say some not so nice things in the video. So we'll bleep those. But police comes over and it's like, what's happening? And I said, this fucking asshole is me saying them. Just pushed my friend. What are you guys doing? We're trying to get out of the grounds. You think we want to be here? We're waiting for our cars. So then they separate him. They're like, you need to get out. Instead of de-escalating the situation, you're riling everybody up. Like, you need to back up. They get him out. Finally, we get our car. It took maybe 3 hours to get out of the grounds. Because at that point, then the police officers were just like, we're going to get you guys in a car. And we got in a car. And without their help, I don't know how long we would have been stuck there. So with all of that said, make sure you have transportation figured out because it is a bitch getting out of those grounds. It's not even funny. As also another thing that I want to say, make sure that you have Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. I don't care if you're one of those friends that when you go out to dinner with them, they're like, I don't have Cash App, I don't have Zelle, I don't have Venmo. Get it, bitch. I don't care how cheapy chapa you are. I don't care. You're not going to go out to Coachella and be a mantenilla. And I don't know, what is that in English? Mantenilla is like, you're not going to be, people aren't going to take care of you. No one's going to want to help you. Nobody wants to help you. Understand that. So if you're going with friends that do that at dinner, that they're like, I'm not going to put my card down, but I also don't have Cash App, I also don't have Venmo, and I also don't have Zelle, they need to stay home. They need to stay home because they're not contributing to anything. And honestly, you're a waste of space. Be better. Sorry if you guys got personally offended by that, but I feel that in my core. I hate when people come out and they're like, we don't have Venmo, Zelle, or Cash App. We are in 2024. What are you doing here? What are you doing? And you don't have cash either, bitch. That was like a direct sub up somebody, but we'll leave that alone. I hope you hear the message. You're never going to Coachella with me. Yeah, you need to have that because the easiest way to get off the grounds is by taking the black Escalades that are there. Because there's always those huge black Cadillac Escalades that will be waiting for people because they know that people are going to get stranded and people are going to get frustrated and they're just going to want to get out of there regardless of what the price is. Our hotel was 15 to 20 minutes away. They were charging me $600 to drive there. Only there. That's it. 600. It's a 15-minute ride. And they were like, sorry, we're not. I was like, can you do it for 400? And I'm negotiating to bring it down to 400 for a 15-minute drive. And they're like, nope. Unless you have cash, I'll bring it down to 450. What? And again, making sure that you have money in Cash App, because luckily I completely forgot that I had Cash App. And I had like $1,000 in it. And I was like, I could just Cash App this to you right now. He's like, all right, I don't take card. I don't do any of that. I don't take PayPal. Don't do it. I only take these forms of trans. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And if you're going to try to download it in the middle of Coachella Valley, you stupid bitch. You are so dumb. You are really, really dumb. Don't try to. There's no cell service out there. You're not downloading anything. And also, that's mad expensive for your data. I don't know what phone plan you have, but like, that's mad expensive. Make sure that you have those apps and you have money in those apps before you get to the actual grounds, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a day that you get so frustrated, especially if you don't have a car, if you're not taking a shuttle and you're not going to be able to find a car, that you're going to fall into the scheme and you're going to walk into a 2024 Escalade, and it's going to be a great experience. You're going to feel like a celebrity, but you don't have a celebrity's pocket. So it's going to hurt once you get to that hotel. Once that 5-minute trip is over, it's going to hurt. And so you want to make sure that you have, and also if not, carry cash, but I don't really recommend carrying cash just because you're going to have to carry at least like $1,000 on you. And I don't know how everybody else feels, but I wouldn't want to walk around with $1,000 of cash in my pocket at Coachella. It just doesn't, it doesn't sound, I mean, it's not like anybody there is dangerous or crazy, but you know, people can get, I don't know what can happen over there. I never know who's there. I'm sorry. I was in VIP section and I still don't trust the people that are around me. That's just me. Maybe I have trust issues. I don't know. Biggest thing, also, obviously this goes without saying, staying hydrated. You're in the desert. You want to make sure, especially if you're drinking also water. Big thing is bandanas. And I know that a lot of people are like, we have to get our bandanas and we have to make sure they match our outfit. Fuck that. Make sure you get a bandana because you are going to need it, and you're not only are you going to need it, it is imperative that you have one. The amount of dust and dirt and just everything that is going to be kicked on your, because again, everybody is walking, and after a time like that, it's just in the air. You feel it. After you walk out of the festival grounds, you have like a film of dust all over your body. It's literally like the Dust Bowl. And if you don't have a bandana to cover your mouth and your nose, you are going to get a lot more sick than you already are. And the Coachella flu, that's a thing. Like, I know after I was done Coachella both years, I was coughing and blowing. Like, every time I would blow my nose, it would just be straight like black. It was just black dust and dirt. Like, it's in your body. So you want to make sure that you're doing your due dils to not intake all of that all at once, because that can't be healthy for you in any way, shape, or form. And I know everybody wants to like look cute and have their moment, but like for real, you need to have that bandana on, because that is not even funny. I got so sick after Coachella. I can't imagine what it would have been like if I didn't have a bandana. This is just like a little funny one. Have toilet paper. The porta potty sometimes will run out of toilet paper. Again, there's thousands of people there. And I was in the VIP section. So they have, no, I'm confusing it with something else. They don't. The bathroom that we use is also the bathroom that we use for general admission. If you want to go to Coachella and you want to have the VIP experience, don't. Because, I mean, VIP is better, but I guess if you want to see like the cast of like Selling Sunset in your section, then go for it. And you get to see like, you know, some of your favorite creators. Like, there's a good amount of people that are in the VIP section, but then there's like another VIP section that's closer to the stage that you can't buy tickets to that. You have to get invited to a brand or a company with. But again, those bathrooms. Also, hand sanitizer is a big one, actually, because if you don't have hand sanitizer, you're not washing your hands. Cochina sucia, cochina sucias. Because you know the sinks that they have are sinks that like literally, you remember when you were a little kid and your parents would buy you like a play kitchen and they had that little sink that sometimes would work if you put water in it, and that's literally what it is. That's literally what those sinks are. You need to have hand sanitizer. If not, you're going to be wasting your water to be washing your own hands. And at that point, you need that water because you need to stay hydrated. So make sure you have hand sanitizer. That is a big one. Toilet paper, also bring like baby wipes in like a fanny pack. Don't bring too big of a backpack because you will be walking around. You do have to bring a lot of stuff though. But try to walk around with as least as possible. One thing I will say is, I know just because you're in the desert doesn't mean that it's hot all the time. It gets freezing cold. Like when I say freezing cold, I mean to a point where like they have to hand out those like NASA blankets, the ones that look like aluminum foil. Like you will just see everybody walk around with the aluminum foil blankets because of how cold it gets at night. It's not no joke. I was wearing shorts and like a tank top my first year. I literally thought I was going to die of hypothermia. I was like, what is this? We're in California. It's supposed to be hot all the time. No, it gets so cold. But it gets so hot in the morning. So you have to have like kind of that, either you can wear an in-between outfit, but like if I were to wear this is probably ideally what you would want to wear at night. You cannot wear this during the day. During the day, you will melt. Making sure you have the correct attire is probably like the key thing. I know that a lot of people go because they want to take pictures. Honestly, I wasn't really that girl. Not me being like, I'm not that girl. I'm different. No, I took my pictures. Don't get it twisted. I took my pictures. But I think in like the chaos of everything, people get so wrapped up into what they're wearing. And sometimes I know it's like a thought never gets cold. That's cap. Everybody gets cold. I don't care if you're a thought or not. You are going to get cold. You want to make sure you can still wear your cute outfits, take your good pictures, but you need to make sure that like you are also being safe, because I literally did see girls like, it was like little penguins. It was the saddest thing ever. They were all like coddled in waiting for their Uber, shivering. Some girl was like crying and she's like, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I said, why are we on Survivor right now? This is literally like we're on Survivor. We're at Coachella, guys. And I'm like, everybody bring a hoodie, bring maybe just like a zip up. Luckily, because, okay, I like Coachella for a multitude of reasons. I love music festivals. I think they're so much fun. I think the lore behind Coachella is always amazing. I think watching everybody come out with their outfits and like dress to the nines out to the desert just so that they can get dirty and never wear it ever again, I think is a beautiful and a funny experience. But more than anything, because I work on social media, it's a great opportunity to see people that I haven't seen in so long. Also, Coachella, because Coachella is happening, there's so many events happening around it. So there's a Celsius party, there's a nylon party, there's a Neon Carnival, which Neon Carnival is like the biggest like after party for Coachella, but you have to get specifically invited for these things. One year I had to sneak in, last year I got invited. That's called a level up. That's so funny. I literally had to sneak into Neon Carnival one time. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so sorry to Neon Carnival. I'm so sorry to that man's, whoever does it. But I did. I was there. I was like, I made the trip out here. I made the 45-minute drive out here. Might as well. But last year I got invited, so it's okay. It's okay. It's a level up. But I really like it for the event aspect of it. So luckily they had an event that they gave us sweaters. So I was like, thank God. And literally I took last year, thanks to SeatGeek. Thank you, SeatGeek. They gave me and 3 of my friends VIP tickets to go out there. And we were all sharing this one little small zip up. And we were like taking turns being like, all right, I get it for 20 minutes, you get it for 20 minutes, then you get it for 20 minutes, and then you get it for 20 minutes, and then I get it back. Like we were just and I had sweatpants too, and obviously we couldn't put the sweatpants on. So we would just have to put the sweatpants over because it does get that cold. It does get like, I know everybody sees the pictures in the middle of the sunlight, but you guys don't get to see what happens once the sun goes down. It gets very, very cold. So that's very imperative, guys. It's very important, very important. Again, transportation, hydrated. Don't pregame until you're finally at the festival and you're done for the night. Like once you know, okay, I'm just going to stay here and that's it, go crazy, go stupid, go wild, spend $1,000 on a drink, go for it. it just so happens for me personally, every time that I've done Coachella, I've had to go to like different events. So I couldn't just like lay out on the desert. I also tried not to get to the festival grounds as much as possible. I only went to the festival grounds when I wanted to see the artists that I wanted to see, because it is a really long day. It's really overwhelming. Even getting food sometimes is a little bit of an issue because just the lines are so long. And I love music festivals. I think they're so much fun. My personal fave is probably Gov Ball is such an amazing music festival because one, it's big, but it's not as big as Coachella, so you can kind of maneuver the stages differently. Because if you guys don't know this, how Coachella is set up, it's set up by different stages. There are some stages that I've actually never even been to because of how far they are. Obviously, there's the main stage. That's where all the headliners perform and all like the bigger artists perform. That's where Frank Ocean performed, Bad Bunny, Doja Cat, which I don't understand why Doja Cat is headlining it this year when 2 years ago she was already on the main stage, but whatever, it is what it is. Frank Ocean did it last year. I was in that Frank Ocean concert or set when he didn't show up for an hour. And I'm gonna say this because I don't care. If you're an artist, I understand being 15 to 20 minutes late. Being an hour and a half late is disrespectful because if you guys don't know this, there's a certain cutoff time for Coachella. After 11 o'clock, they're done. Everything is shut down. I don't care if you're Drake and you're willing to pay the fine. They're not going to let you. To continue to play music, it is such a crazy fine after 11 o'clock that they shut it down. Doesn't matter. If you're an hour and a half late and you came out at 10:30, you have 30 minutes to perform. That's exactly what happened with Frank Ocean. And the crazy part too is that he was one of the biggest headliners last year. Everybody was so excited because he hadn't performed in years. And I don't know what happened backstage. Again, I don't know the full story, but all I know is that we were waiting there for an hour and a half. And what we were actually waiting for was we were waiting for ice to melt. And that's not a metaphor. We were literally waiting for ice to melt because he had a skating rink in the middle of the main stage. And he was going to have ice skaters come out and like perform while he was doing his set. He decided last minute, allegedly, I don't know if this is true, but he decided last minute that he didn't want to do the ice skating set anymore. He wanted it to just be him. So Coachella was like, well, we can't just have you go out there with a block of ice. We have to wait for that to melt. So we waited for an hour and a half for ice to melt. And then he came out and we couldn't even see him. The performance was, it just wasn't a great performance. It was so lackluster. It wasn't even funny. And he came out, he performed for 30 to 45 minutes. He didn't even sing the songs. It was just a track. And then he says, never forget, sorry, they're telling me I have to go. So I guess I got to go. Bye, guys. That was it. That was Frank Ocean's Coachella performance. And the reason why I was so angry and the reason why I'm talking about it right now is because, one, it's Coachella. It's a huge music festival. Two, it's so disrespectful to that stage. It's not even funny. Beyonce performed on that stage, baby. Okay? Beyonce put on Coachella. Okay? I need everybody to understand. The Beyonce came out and did her big one on that stage. That stage is notorious for one of the best pop culture performances to ever exist. And to do that and have a sea of people, and I can hear people around me being like, what the f***? Like, this is insane. This is so dumb. Like, what is up with him? And there was even artists that I have never seen that were on that main stage that I had an amazing time like watching because they were just so passionate about what they were doing. It was just like a slap in the face to everybody that was there, if I'm honest with you. And that's not Coachella's fault at all. That's Frank Ocean's fault. And that is Frank Ocean's fault. Like that, it just wasn't okay. It was disrespectful to your fans. It was disrespectful to Coachella. It was disrespectful to that stage. Like, it's like doing the Super Bowl halftime performance and showing up 14 minutes late and performing for a minute. And being like, well, thank you guys. I gotta go. That was my time. Like, nah, that's not cool. But that also does happen. I mean, again, it's a music festival. Things happen. Like, you kind of have to expect the unexpected when you go out there, especially since it is such like a rural area. You really never know what's gonna happen. But I mean, keeping your expectations high, but not extremely high. I mean, it also depends on the artist because Blackpink was on that same stage the night before and it was amazing. So Blackpink was also late. Let me take this note. Blackpink was also late. But because they are Blackpink, they did a light show in the sky to have us. So it was literally in the sky, just a huge light show, just to compensate for the fact that they were like 25 minutes late. It was, and we were completely intrigued. We were like, oh my God, there's drones in the sky right now creating like the Blackpink symbol. Like, this is insane. Great performance. That's how you do it. But more than anything, for people that are going to Coachella this year, make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you have a bandana. Make sure you bring your own toilet paper because it does run out. Make sure that you bring a sweater or that you dress accordingly to the weather. Even if it tells you it's 60 degrees at night, it's going to feel like it's 30. It's going to be really cold. Make sure you have Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle on you, because if not, you are going to get stuck in the desert, and that's not a fun experience. And don't pregame aggressively. I know that people like to get these big houses and they like to go crazy in the house and then get to the festival grounds. It's a lot of walking. Make sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes that you can walk in. Don't bring a heel. I saw some girl wearing kitten heels, and I was like, girl, no way. There's just no way. There's no way you're making it out of it. And also, if you're walking barefoot in the middle of the desert, that's disgusting. Don't do that. Because then you got to go into the porta potties barefoot. My bandana. A little quick short story before we wrap this all up. My bandana, I had it tied around my string, my pant string. And I go, like, I'm doing my business, and I get out, and I get up, my bandana took a little dip in the porta potty. I literally yelled so much that literally somebody had to open the door, and they were like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, my bandana took a dip in the porta potty. I was like, and this is silk. It was a silky too. I was pressed. I was like, oh, and I had to literally just throw it out. And I walked around with no freaking bandana. And my friend was like, just let it dry. I said, I don't care if it dries. There's poo-poo, there's pee-pee in that bitch. It just took, no. Oh my God, no. That was the most, oh my God. Honestly, it ended up, my bandana was pretty big. Okay. But the reason why it happened, okay, this is why it happened. Let me stop capping. I had to take it off the G-string because there was no toilet paper. So make sure you have a bandana, and if not, you also have a backup bandana, or just don't let it get anywhere near the porta potty because it's disgusting. Those porta potties are disgusting. I mean, it's a porta potty. What do you expect? But yeah, make sure you have cash on you. Make sure you have money in your account. That's a huge one. I don't feel like I need to tell people that, but I've seen situations, and I've lived through situations where we get to the bar and they're like, I don't have any money in my account. Oh, so who's going to pay for these 2 drinks that cost us $60? Because I just bought the last rounds. So make sure you have money in your account. That's a big one. Make sure you know the people that you're going with. I wouldn't suggest bringing a huge group to Coachella. It's just really hard to maneuver a group of 15. I went with like me and 3 other friends. But yeah, also enjoy yourself. At the end of the day, it's a music festival. Don't stress yourself out too much about it. You're going to see some amazing people. You might walk in, see some celebrities. They're always walking around there. Jared Leto is definitely going to be there. He's there every year. He's there at every single event that I've ever seen. Jared Leto's at everything. I've seen Jared Leto more than I've seen some of my own family members. Like, I'm not even kidding you. This man is absolutely everywhere. But yeah, and enjoy yourselves. More than anything, enjoy yourselves, but make sure that you walk in there and you know what to expect. Because it's not just like a music festival you walk into and it's very like a really lax. No, it's you gotta be on your P's and Q's when you're out there. You don't want to get extremely sick in the middle of it. That's why I'm saying if you don't have a bandana, you're gonna get sick in the middle of the weekend, and that's never a fun experience, going out there being sick. Be sick afterwards. Don't be sick during it. It's a little crazy. And yeah, wear sunglasses if you're light sensitive. I ended up having to wear sunglasses for the rest of the weekend because there's a lot happening. There's fireworks, there's lights, there's artists, there's celebrities, there's content creators, there's Love is Blind cast. Like it can be a lot, but it's so much fun. And I think this year the lineup is Lana Del Rey, Tyler the Creator, and Doja Cat. I love Lana. Don't listen too much to Tyler the Creator, but I know he has his own festival. So I mean, if you've seen him, I'm not even gonna say anything about that. But Doja's there. Doja's great. She headlined it 2 years ago, so I wish it would have been somebody else, but it's okay. It is what it is. But yeah, more than anything, have fun. Go with a small group of people. Go with people that you travel well with. That's the most important thing. Don't go with people that you just met. Don't do that. That's like a recipe for disaster. I'm telling you. It's like going to IKEA with a stranger. Like it's just a recipe for disaster. Don't do it. And just have fun. That's it. It's never that serious. I know that some people get into like I've seen some like people bicker and like fight. It's just never that serious. At the end of the day, we're here to listen to music and we're here to get all dressed up and take pictures with a little art installation. So, I mean, hey, do it. So that was my Coachella experience. More than anything, I had an amazing time every year that I went. I've gone 2 years now. I'm not too sure if I'm going this year because, again, and also another thing too, if you're not from California, you do have to pay for a flight to get out there. So on top of the ticket that you're buying, not sure how much the ticket is, but if we lowball it, let's say it's like $500 for the whole entire weekend, you have to get a flight out there. Flight from Jersey to LA is like $600. So it is a pretty expensive weekend, I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, but if it's something that if you've always wanted to experience, which is something that I did, then it's definitely worth going out there. If you're one of those like really huge like music buffs and like festivals, it may not be the most bang for your buck, but just get out there and enjoy yourselves. Make sure you go with a good group. Make sure you have money, you broke bitches. Make sure you have money. And make sure you have your transportation figured out. Please, transportation is the biggest thing. Have your bandana, get your toilet paper, get your water. And if you don't feel well, also wear comfortable shoes. Do not wear Doc Martens in the desert. Don't do it. I saw this is disgusting. In a medic tent when I was like passing out, I saw some girl walk in and the back of her foot was all bloody. And then the medic was like, what were you wearing? She goes, I was wearing my Docs. Girl, I know you're not serious right now. Those are the most uncomfortable shoes to wear ever. She goes, they're brand new. Brand new Doc Martens you're wearing to Coachella? No. I wouldn't even wear my Doc Martens that have been worn in for 15 years. No, I wouldn't do it. Those shoes are not made for that, okay? Maybe wear a sneaker that you don't really care about. Don't wear any expensive shoes. Do not wear any expensive shoes. I brought my Yeezys. One of the days, I was livid. Those are not my gym shoes because they will get dirty. So if you have any shoes that you really, really care about, don't wear them. That's for all my sneakerheads out there or the girls that love shoes. Don't do it. But more than anything, again, I'll end it with this. Just have so much fun. I don't know if I'm going this year. I don't know if I'm making the trip again. But regardless, if I do, I hope everybody has an amazing time. And I hope, if you are going to Coachella, though, let me know how this year was. Let me know if I missed anything on this list. If you think that there is something that I completely missed out that everybody needs to know about, make sure you leave a comment below or DM me or do whatever you want. There's always some drama that happens with Coachella. So I'm excited to kind of debrief after everything. I know last year was the Frank Ocean drama. So I can't wait to see what happens. And I can't wait to see who comes out. I know Zendaya came out last year and did her Euphoria song. So that was really cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. Coachella is always such a fun time. It always brings out like amazing people. And I just love to go and kind of like bounce around. It's a really good time. So have fun, you guys. This is everything you needed to know for Coachella. Let me know if I missed anything. But I'll see you guys again for an episode next week. Bye. Have fun at Coachella. But not too much fun, though, if I'm not there. Do not have too much fun if I'm not there, because I will get FOMO. And I'll book a flight out there, and I'll drink all the champagne in the world and pass out again. But here we go. Have fun, guys. Bye.